Oh my gosh. I don't know what happened, but we are back. Audio seems fine. Alerts actually did work. Thank goodness. I think it was my OBS, honestly. It's Ultraplex! Hi! Oh my gosh, is it your first time in my chat? Welcome in to my stream and channel. I hope you enjoy your stay. Okay, we've dilly-dallied enough, long enough. We're jumping straight in. So sit back, relax, enjoy the stream, feel free to talk. Otherwise, you are more than welcome to head off. For those that came from Suki's stream, I am so sorry that took forever. You guys had to literally come raid my channel when I'm having tech issues, but yeah. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoy the stream as we begin the final episode of Destinies. Gotta wait through the addies? Hey healer, if you maybe subscribe, you might get rid of the ads. Wink wink. Anyways, episode 5, Turnabout for Tomorrow. No one can escape their past. Oh, this is a great start. You can have blood already. Presents pocket lint. Meh. The sins we've committed and the sadness we've caused. Swing. Is this enough? Nah, I'm just joking, healer. No matter how far we run, our past remains as ever present as the moon in the sky. Meh, 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 meh. Phoenix be yapping. Let me know if audio needs adjusting, guys. It looms in the wait for the day when we are forced to face it. But only in doing so can we truly make peace and move on in hope towards tomorrow. It's fine for healer. Okay, good. By the way, guys, one away from Cadence of Hyrule. We are so close, yet so far. Also, this is now installed, so get ready for that sometime soon. Also, off stream, I did a bit of shiny hunting again, and would you believe it? Still no shiny Drifloon. My luck could not be any worse right now. Anyways, a bit of a side track thing, but anyways. December 20, 1:23 PM, Wright Anything Agency. They took Athena from the courtroom, straight to the station. Oh yeah, I forgot. The end of case 4, Athena is now accused of murdering Clay because they found fingerprints on the something. I forgot what the murder weapon was. But yeah, so now she's being accused of murder. So that's great. And I think Apollo is still gone. So that's even more great. So it's just Phoenix. Cool. She's probably being questioned at this very moment. Our minis! They're gone! No! After this past year, I took it for granted that those two would always be here. But now Apollo has gone off on his own to seek his own truth, and my pursuit of the truth only ended up with Athena becoming the new suspect. Some boss I turned out to be. Oh yeah, Trucy. Trucy! It's even quieter in here than usual. Yeah, it seems so empty too. I just don't get it, Daddy. All of your reasoning during the trial seemed perfectly solid. Solid. Yeah, and I still believe it was. At least based on what we knew or know. I can't read anymore, apparently. But now Athena is the one who's being accused. During the trial for the bombing and murder that occurred at the Cosmos Space Center... Daddy? That's his daughter? Yeah, so Trucy is Phoenix's adopted daughter. And the whole lore behind it is in Apollo Justice. So if you want to get spoiled, or you don't mind getting spoiled, I can tell you the whole thing. Otherwise, you can kind of watch back to my VODs and watch how many parts there were for that game. But yeah. The lighter. Oh, the lighter. That's right. The lighter used by the real culprit was found. This lighter proved the defendant Solomon Starbuck innocent. Yes, please? Okay. Give me like 2 minutes to finish this recap. But Athena's prints were found on it instead. And she was subsequently arrested for the murder. But Athena couldn't have done it. It just doesn't make any sense. No, none of it does. I've been racking my brain, but I just can't figure it out. Arrgh, where is the flaw in my reasoning? What have I got wrong in this case? You know, Daddy, if Athena was here, she wouldn't just be sitting around thinking, she'd be out there doing something. You are going to defend Athena, right, Daddy? Of course I will. And thanks, Trucy. I needed that push. Trucy's right. The trial is tomorrow. There's no time to waste. If I'm going to prove Athena's innocence, I'd better get out there and find some evidence. Off we go then. We're on a hunt for evidence that will prove Athena's innocence. Great. But before we go, I'd better tidy up the evidence I have on hand. Unnecessary evidence left at the office. Athena's probably still in the middle of being questioned. So Trucy's right. The thing to start with is talking to people at the Space Center. Okay. Before I continue, I forgot to hydrate. I'm so sorry, healer. I will do that right now. Yes, please. What? I missed it. Sibling acting up. Oh, healer's got some sibling issues. No, I'm kidding. Huh? I forgot to hydrate because you redeemed the hydrate. I just drank water, so it's fine. Okay, so Shuvi. In Apollo Justice, Phoenix ended up adopting Trucy, who is originally from a family of magicians. However, we found out that the previous boss of Apollo's former boss was the guy that murdered Trucy's dad in a case that was, I think it was the first case? Something? Yeah, it was the first case. So he murdered Trucy's dad, but Trucy's dad, before being murdered, told Phoenix to look after Trucy in case anything happens to him, which it did. So she's now under Phoenix's care. That's pretty much the whole gist of it. Essentially, Trucy is a doctor. She came from a very famous magician troupe, which actually you can see the photo of her dad right there behind on the piano. So that's her dad. And yeah, I think that was pretty much. Oh, also, big fat spoiler alert. Trucy and Apollo are half siblings. They kind of did reveal that in Apollo Justice, like the very last episode, so yeah. But Trucy and Apollo do not know they are half siblings. Phoenix does know. He's just keeping that a secret. Okay, any other questions? Does anyone else have questions before we move on? Shuvi's taking notes. Thank you for satisfying your curiosity. You are welcome. Healer, I won't lie, it's like taking care of toddler who's older than you. Oh. I'm so sorry to hear that, but I hope your sibling is all good now. Okay, I take it there are no other questions, so let's go. Uzi Space Center. Oh no, he's back. No, done noting. Okay. Oh gosh, so in case you missed episode 4, this guy is the boss of the Space Center, and yes, he is riding a Segway. If the yelling nonsense is anything to go by. Yeah, fair. Suki, are you telling me to hydrate? Or are you hydrating? Anyways, Director Cosmos, do you have a minute? Galactic scooter! Full speed ahead! And he's gone. Great. Wonderful. Director! He scooted away. His expression changed the instant he saw you, Daddy. Yeah, well, I dragged his name through the mud pretty good at the trial today. Hydrate or dihydrate? Okay, well, I guess on Shuvi's request, I've got to hydrate. There we go. Okay, guess we'll go to the boarding lounge. Sorry, let me just send a quick message. Yes. Alright. We were here only yesterday. Oh, hey. It's Solomon Starbuck. This is Starbuck. You've been released, huh? Yep, and I came straight here. This is all thanks to you and your team, Mr. Wright. You've given me a second chance to fly into space again. I can't thank you enough. Except... What's wrong? I thought he'd be happy to be acquitted. As I was coming out of the detention center, I saw Miss Sykes. He saw Athena? I was at a loss for words. I didn't know what to say to the poor girl. And then, you know what? She flashed a peace sign at me. Congratulations on your acquittal, she said. Now you can go back into space someday. Yeah, that sounds like Athena. I can just picture it. But I saw her eyes. They were red and swollen from crying. She's gotta be suffering. She must be so worried. And yet she went out of her way to be nice and give me that big smile. She held back her own tears so she could give someone else a smile. Oh, that's so Athena. So sad. Poor Athena. There's no question about it. That girl is innocent. Please, Mr. Wright, you have to make sure she goes free. And then they could put me in prison instead. I don't mind. I do. After all that effort I went through, you want to go back into prison? We can't have that either, Mr. Starbuck. Don't worry, Mr. Starbuck. I'm going to give her the very best defense I can. I promise to get her acquitted, just like I did for you. I know she'll be alright with you in her corner. I know you'll never give up on her. Apollo has a fine boss to look up to. What was he doing with his hands? He was imitating being on the space ship. You know, like on the control stuff. About the murder. I still can't believe Launchpad 1 was switched with the Space Museum. What could have made Director Cosmos do such a thing? Oh right, all those switches, yeah. I haven't the foggiest idea. Though there never was going to be a launch that day. Not from the very beginning. I wonder if Clay knew. Imagine you must have. Surely he would have noticed when you went to board the rocket. It's pathetic to think I was the only one who got taken in. Enjoy the sighing, guys, if you hadn't already, because it's going to be happening a lot more. But I guess that's about how it goes when you're worth less than space debris. Is he going to be alright, Daddy? His expression looks as dark as a black hole. Whoa. Dang. That's quite dark. Well, that's just how he is. The murderer. Mr. Starbuck, do you remember anything about the murderer? Not really. I only saw a shadowy figure in the dark after all. Yeah, I guess that was a little too much to hope for. Hey, I heard something from the police though. They said they never did find a .10 caliber gun down the trash chute. Just as I thought, the culprit must have carried it away with them when they escaped. Sorry, just had a bit of a sneeze. So, was the person you saw holding a gun, Mr. Starbuck? I couldn't really tell. But it wasn't Athena, right? Could you tell if the person was a male or female, tall or short? I can't even tell you that much. Man, I'm useless. When the culprit opened the door and some light came in, I should have been able to see. The door? Ah, yes. Oops. As I recall, they opened this door here as they made their escape. The door to Launchpad 1, right? Yeah, except right now, the door leads to the Space Museum. You mean the Launchpad and the Space Museum are switched right now? Yeah, they're trying to investigate the theory you came up with in court. But they recreate the conditions, huh? I'd like to see what's beyond that door now. Why don't you open it and find out? They probably can't. Mr. Starbuck, could you open this door for us? Sure, just let me have my print scanned here. Just kidding, they're going through right now. Just kidding. Switching the launch pads. Do the launch pads get switched back and forth a lot? Well, back when the Space Museum was Launchpad 2, they used to switch the pads around at times. But these days, Launchpad 2 is only used as a tourist attraction, right? Right. Because, quite frankly, the Space Center needs the money. Dang. That's a very, soft way of saying the Space Center is going bankrupt. Suki, oh my gosh! I hear you. Times sure are tough. Daddy, let's go check out what's beyond that door. Sure, let's go. Hey, why don't I come along? I can show you around. Oh, thanks. Oh, guys, look, it's a leaf! Oh my gosh, it's a leaf! Ooh, it's a brown, dead... It's a dead leaf? Huh? I wonder what those dead leaves are doing here. Oh, yeah, they are dead. Okay. Maybe they were stuck to the bottom of somebody's shoes. There are lots of trees around the Space Center. There were? I didn't see any. Do you guys remember seeing trees? Because I don't. A leaf! She's right. It's a modern state-of-the-art building, but surrounded by trees. Oh. Those are some trees, alright? I believe in Kay. Oh my gosh, Suki. Suki, Suki, Suki. What? If Thick was here, he'd approve of that pun. But I don't know. If they were stuck to the bottom of somebody's shoes, wouldn't they look more crushed up? These don't look like they've been stepped on. Maybe there's some kind of secret hatch in the corridor and they came in that way? Not everything is set up like a magician's stage, you know. Okay, whoops. I mashed A by accident. Whoopsies. What is that? That's so cute. Do you prefer that or the whole belieber pump? Oh my gosh, belieber. Keela, you bringing up belieber? Bro. Are we all back to being teenagers again? Or 10, 11-year-olds? I would prefer the belief. The leaf. Not the belieber. The leaf. So this is another one of those devices for opening the door, huh? Yep, but this one doesn't require fingerprint verification. You just hit the button and open sesame. So, when you and Clay went through here, you didn't need to show your prints either? That's right, Tracy. Just like how the culprit didn't need to scan their prints. When they escaped back out of the when they escaped back out of the Space Museum corridor and boarding lounge too. Not really a fan, I was just saying which pun is superior. Is belieber a pun though? Cause that's just, you know, like... It's what the Justin Bieber fans called themselves, right? Like, I'm a belieber! It's like, okay, yeah, we know you're a Bieber fan. Not a pun. Yeah, it's not a pun. Yes, but we're better than those snot-nosed kids currently wiping my nose due to congestion allergies and running from yaps. Snot-nosed kids. Bad-mouthing kids is what I would go for. Coming from experience. I guess so, Mom. It is a pun. Yeah, it came from a nickname that kind of, I don't know, that's a decade ago now. Is Justin Bieber even still singing? I haven't heard anything from him. Their yaps need to be stopped. Yes, 100%. Oops, I just subconsciously skipped that dialogue. Well, I don't see anything else that jumps out me. And I imagine this corridor is built exactly like the Launchpad 1 corridor. You just allow that. Sorry, Shuvi, my auto mod is still being a bit sensitive. Okay, so there's nothing else. Where do I go? Can I present this to you? Sorry, I'm so useless. Okay, you don't know anything. Tons of drug and stuff. I thought Kay was about to say something else. Do I want to know? No, it's alright. There's no need to get all depressed. Okay, so he doesn't really know anything. Can I maybe go back out to the entrance? Actually, what does the court record say? Talk to Space Center staff. Oh. Okay. She said bit, but I'm sorry, my mind, excuse me, currently caffeine trashing, ignore me, I'm Coop. Oh no, Suki. I think someone needs sleep. Oh, director's back. Curse the wretch who sullied my good name. Reverse course and full speed away. Director Cosmos, wait. Oh, he's gone. I'll handle this, Daddy. Take that. Yeah, the mobility system has been compromised. Goofy's knife throw was a direct hit to one of his tires. You let your daughter throw a knife. Your 16-year-old daughter throwing knives. Schools don't let this happen. Yeah. I know that feeling so well. That Director Cosmos again. Yes. Director Cosmos. And the streak continues. Maybe I should have kept a closer watch on what tricks she's been practicing. No joke, Phoenix. Phoenix is irresponsible dad. As he has just realized himself. My dear old battleship, we fought many a skirmish together. It has been an honor. Daddy, he's going to blow that thing up. Nah, I bet all that button will do is make it go haywire again. Very well, I surrender. As a prisoner of war, I expect to be treated honorably. Oh, thank you. Switching the launch pads. Director Cosmos, when you were talking in court about switching the launch pads, you used your right to remain silent about the reason as to why. I'd like Director Cosmos to tell us why he switched the two launch pads to begin with. Please, I can't. I exercise my right to remain silent. But I will say, my hands were tied. I was only doing what I could to keep my men from getting caught in that blast. Yeah. The center of the cosmos is shrouded in mystery, but I don't have any secrets left. Now that my battleship has been destroyed and I've been taken prisoner. You have? Oh, he's lying! No secrets left, huh? I beg to differ. Looks like I'll have to undo his Cyclops if I want to get to the bottom of this. Find out why this person... Okay. I guess I have to try and... get it out of him. Behind the switching of the launch pads. I want you to tell me everything you're hiding about the switching of the 2 launch pads. I refuse. You can't make me. I can hold out longer than anyone. I hope I never get like this when I'm old. Now let's see where to start. This is how you explained your motive for switching the launch pads. You did it to save the astronauts? Thanks to you switching the launch pads, the astronauts escaped injury from the blast. Instead, they safely boarded the museum's rocket far away from the actual explosion. My astronauts were raring to go out in an authentic adventure in space. That was very hard to say for some weird reason. How do you propose I had them board a fake rocket without them noticing? I agree you couldn't have done it without help. For one, they would have figured it out the instant they stepped into the Space Museum. You figured you could fool Mr. Starbuck once he'd been drugged with his medication, but without the help of this person, it would have been impossible for you to pull your plan off. Clay.
Take that!
You must have gone to Mr. Terrain to help you. Oh my gosh. I just realized the pun for clay. Clay terrain. As in a clay environment. Like, you know. Oh my gosh, why did it take me so long to figure that out? Oh my gosh, that was... Look! He stole the tranquilizers from his mentor's locker and slipped them to him. It's gonna do this. And this. Get out of here! Where's my only mod when I need him? And then, with Mr. Starbuck in the days, they boarded the replica rocket in the museum. Someone please help this poor prisoner of war! How is he able to spin around like that? You'll spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, baby, right. Okay, that's one. If you really wanted to save the astronauts' lives, shouldn't you have just called off the launch? If I could have done that, do you think I would have gone through all that trouble? I guess he must have had a compelling reason why he couldn't call it off. But how did you know to switch the pads in advance of the bombing incident? Well, that's because I was warned in advance. Once I received that warning, it was my duty to ensure my astronaut's safety. But it was just a warning. It could even have been a prank. You've been pranked. Why did you believe in it so completely? Because I went to one of those mediums that everyone's talking about these days. Maya? Is Maya back? Oh? I didn't realize channeling was back in vogue. Besides, I thought it was you yourself that got the warning via telephone. Yes, that's right. The bomber contacted me personally. My battleship is equipped with a special advanced communication system, you see? AKA a regular old telephone. It's been a while, planning another launch. I see you haven't learned. I'll never forget the terror I felt when I received that call. The bomber said, "It's been a while?" And that was enough to make you take the threat seriously? Perhaps Director Cosmos took the threat so seriously because the Space Center had been involved in a bombing once before. Maybe? The culprit in the current case is the same person who was involved in this incident. It's only no, it's not number Or, because we established that was the Detonate. Hat 1 miracle, Hat 2 bombing. I forgot which one was which, I'm gonna be completely honest. Recently returned from a 7-year mission. I don't remember. Full-size replica of the Hat 1. Maybe is it really courtroom number 4? I don't think it's the courtroom bombing, but I'm just gonna try anyways. It was the courtroom bombing, wasn't it? That's when you were dealt a major blow. Do you really think blowing up a courtroom would have shaken the center of the cosmos? Yeah, it's not. Okay. Yeah, I guess I got it wrong. The director felt personally threatened, so it had to be something more relevant to him. Yeah, that's what I thought. So it'd have to be this. The Hat 2 bombing. That must be where the answer to your secret lies. All hands, ready to Galactic Scooter's main turrets. Okay, apparently the Segway has, guns. Teach this blockhead what a precision shot is all about. Ah, you got me. I guess I was way off on that one. Oh, okay. It's not that one. Now let's see. Oh, okay. My initial thought was the miracle, but I doubted myself. The Hat 1 miracle, that epic story of survival. People across the nation know it now as a heroic tale of bravery. But in truth, it was an act of sabotage perpetrated by our current killer, wasn't it? Very few knew about its previous plot, so when the caller said, "It's been a while," you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that the danger was real, and it wasn't a prank. Yeah, didn't anyone ever tell you to go easy on that ex-serviceman? Okay. Yes, the Hat 1 miracle was really a desperate battle against an act of sabotage. I even lost the life of one of my staff members in the fight. Sabotage, murder, so this is the ugly truth behind the Hat 1 miracle. I let my guard down. I thought the saboteur had been caught, and that... Caught? And that the case was closed. Huh? Wait a minute. The murder at the Space Center 7 years ago. This must be the person Director Cosmos thought was the culprit. This must be the person Director... Wait, hold on, what did he say? The murder at the Space Center... Oh, Blackwell. Take that! Simon Blackwell, the murder suspect in a case that happened here 7 years ago. The place and time of the two incidents, the murder and the sabotage, were the same. So you thought that he committed both crimes. But while Prosecutor Blackwell was behind bars, you got another threatening call. If the culprit this time is the same as 7 years ago, then it isn't Simon Blackwell. Realizing that, you were shaken. It meant the true culprit's been running free all this time. Yeah. How do you keep seeing straight through me? Are you trying to say that this guy, Director Cosmos, made Blackwell go to jail? And he's been serving time because of something he didn't do? Wow. This guy doesn't deserve to be on a Segway. The reason why Director Cosmos won't talk about why he switched the launch pads is connected to the truth behind the Hat 1 miracle. The sabotage and the murder that happened at this space center 7 years ago. Director Cosmos, tell us what you're hiding. If you really want to understand the reason I decided to switch the launch pads... Oh, I thought he went off. He's like, toodaloo. We'll have to start with the story of that horrible nightmare from 7 years ago. 7 years ago? You mean the so-called Hat 1 miracle? The launch went smoothly, but once the ship entered outer space, then the troubles began. It was all the handiwork of a certain person and their evil scheme. Lamel. So Mr. Starbuck's traumatic experience wasn't accidental. Not only that, but before the launch, a very valuable piece of moon rock was stolen. Oh my gosh. Moon rock! You sure they weren't... You sure it wasn't cheese? But that wasn't the worst of it. One of my staff members was murdered. Wow, I had no idea such awful events were behind that exciting story of a space heroism. That's a interesting way of phrasing it, Trucy. All that in spite of the Space Center having very strict security in those days. All personal effects were examined thoroughly, coming or going. You couldn't even smuggle a withered old leaf through those checkpoints. So, do you have any clue who was responsible for the sabotage? At the very least, I know it wasn't Simon Blackwell. Oh, good for you. Glad it took you 7 years to realize that. I don't know enough to identify the true culprit, but it's clear what that person is. To put it simply, a spy. Dun, 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 dun. A spy? You mean somebody who infiltrates a foreign country, carries out dangerous missions, and always gets the girl. And always gets the girl. Trucy be watching too many James Bond movies. Guys, I'll be honest, I haven't really fully watched a James Bond movie. And there's way too many of them to even watch. So... nah. Someone's watching way too many late night movies. Well, I guess if we're talking about blowing up a rocket and stealing research material, it's not all that surprising that a spy could be behind it all. The spy. Make no mistake, there's cutthroat rivalry between nations in the space R&D race. Some try to outdo others by any means possible, even deliberate obstruction. 7 years ago, we got a call before the launch warning us of sabotage. The same MO as this time. Yes, and here I thought the perpetrator had been caught, but it looks like I was wrong. Prosecutor Blackwell seems more like a ninja than a spy, don't you think? Aren't ninjas and spies basically the same thing? I guess? Yeah? I guess so. But there's a good reason we failed to find the real spy. A massive cover-up by the government. Oh great. Government officials were too embarrassed to admit that they had allowed such a thing to happen at the hands of a spy. Don't tell me they made the police rush the investigation. They did indeed. And then to cover up the sabotage, they cleaned up the story. And that was the Hat 1 miracle, wasn't it? But then 7 years later, the same MO, advance warning of sabotage. That must have been the director's reason for switching the launch pads. Just like 7 years ago. 7 years ago, the spy gave you advance warning of their plans, just like this time. That's what made you decide to switch the launch pads, wasn't it? That's right. The caller knew the facts of the case 7 years ago, despite the cover-up. They knew about the sabotage, the moon rock, the murder, and they said, "You don't want things to go like they did 7 years ago, do you?" I immediately thought of calling off the launch, but the government wouldn't let me. "We don't give in to the likes of terrorists. We must proceed for our country's honor." That's quite a statement. It was quite a moving speech, actually. Okay. Moving? Really? Maybe if we're easily inspired by political talking points. But I knew the truth. We had been warned, which meant that the danger was very real. And I knew there was no way to stop the spy. No matter what I did, they would find a way. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Keep up that voice. Yeah, I was kind of feeling it. Thank you again. That's why I switched the launch pads and staged the moving rescue scene. First, I snuck into the center the night before and switched the launch pads. That way, the astronauts would go from boarding lounge 1 to the Space Museum. Then I put a closed for repair sign at the door to launch pad 1 in boarding lounge 2. You did that so normal visitors wouldn't enter, right? What else did you do? I enlisted the help of several staff members, including Terran. But you didn't let Mr. Starbuck in on it. He'd already been through enough, and he's no good at lying to keep a secret. I'm afraid I had no choice but to have him drugged. My plan went well until... Clay's murder, huh? After the culprit made their escape, I switched the launch pads back. I did it in such a way that no one would find out, but after all that effort... Terran is dead, and the Hat 2 is destroyed. And the Hope capsule, which had returned to us only recently, was also lost in that blast. Kaboom! My home, the center of the cosmos, my beautiful Cosmos Space Center is done for! Wait, what did he mean by the Hope capsule was lost in that blast? The Hope capsule? I thought that the Hope capsule was found at the crime scene with Mr. Terran. It had just been brought back by the Hope space probe with the astronaut samples inside. So what kind of samples are they? What's in them? The samples are scheduled for analysis in the near future. We haven't had time since they just came back the day before Terran's murder. The capsule was being held in a safe in Launch Pad 1. But I gave it to Terran before the incident so it wouldn't be destroyed in the explosion. The idea was that, with it safely in Terran's possession, he could make it look like he rescued it during the staged miraculous escape. But our precious research materials ended up lost to that explosion anyway. But I thought Clay was supposed to keep it safe. This is very messy right now. Are any of you guys following what's happening? Because I am kinda sorta. You misunderstand. The launch pad explosion wasn't the one the capsule was lost to. It was lost after the police confiscated it as evidence. It was the courtroom bombing from the other day. The capsule was there in the courtroom as evidence and was blown to smithereens. Yet another casualty of that blast. Ultimately, I think the culprit may have known about the switching of the launch pads. What? How? The police found a wiretapping device during their investigation today. A bug aboard my battleship. A tap on my advanced communication system. A wire on that phone? Yes, a wire on this very phone. I used this phone to give instructions to my staff about the launchpad switch. Just to the few select members who knew about the plan. Just before the incident, staff members were coming in and out of Launchpad 1. The culprit probably slipped in with them amid the confusion and planted the bomb then. Yes, if they were tapping your phone, they definitely could pull something like that off. So you really think the same spy is behind this incident and the one 7 years ago? Yes, I'm sure of it. Then this spy must be the phantom Prosecutor Blackwell has been chasing. The Prosecutor Blackwell told me once. The hunt I've been on for the phantom of 7 years past continues even still. For starters, that case happened right here at this very space center too. So if we can find this phantom, that's right, we can clear Athena's name. And then there's the matter of Prosecutor Blackwell too. What about him? Well, if the culprit of 7 years ago is the same person as in the current incident, it would mean Prosecutor Blackwell is innocent. That is an if, though. I wonder how dangerous that guy would be in court without handcuffs. Did you not see him smashing his shackles and throwing feathers at us like darts? Huh. But if we're going on a ghost hunt, count me in. Hehehe. Ah, it's all over for me. Spin, spin, whirl, whirl. I'm done for. The center of the cosmos is doomed. Do you think he's going to be alright, Daddy? Well, at least he'll be in good company. There must be planets out there he can spin with. Alright, Phoenix. Okay, Phoenix. Another hydrate? Is my voice sounding that bad? Since it's a lot of dialogue, I'll hydrate a lot. Thanks. It's out of concern. Yeah, well, yeah, I appreciate the concern. But that was a lot of lore. Anyways, which reminds me, I'd like to delve a little deeper into the Hat 1 mission too. If you want to learn more, start with the Space Museum. There's a Hat 1 exhibit there. Oh, don't mind me, I'll just keep spinning here and see how the cosmos unfolds. I'll prevent it from getting to that point if I can help. That would be much appreciated. Thank you, healer. It's like he achieved a spiritual enlightenment or something. I'm sure he'll stop when he gets dizzy. Let's go visit the Space Museum. We're just gonna stare at him spinning for a bit. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. Sorry for the start, those of you that were here. I have no idea what happened. I feel like it might have been OBS being typical OBS, but we got it fixed, so that's the good thing. Just a reminder, this has been fun. Thanks, Ruby. Just a reminder, there is no stream tomorrow because I'm out tomorrow night. But I may or may not squeeze in a Sunday morning stream. If that doesn't happen, I will stream on Monday night, which will probably be Monday late, early morning for most of you. So, get hyped for another bonus stream. I reckon if I do bonus stream on Monday, I could probably finish this game next week. And then have to figure out what to stream. Oh! Yeah, I'll figure it out after. Because I still have the DLC episode in Dual Destinies as well, so I could probably play that as well. Anyways, that's enough spin. Let's go in the Space Museum. Base. Let's see. Where's the exhibit? Where's the exhibit on the launch 7 years ago? There, that's the Hat 1 exhibit. Oh wow, look at that photo of the team. There's Clay and Mr. Starbuck, Director, Cosmos, Aura Blackwell, and even Ponko. But I've never seen the woman on the right before. Everybody looks so happy. Well, except for the Director Cosmos. Let's check out the newspaper article too. What the heck? Hat 1 launch imminent, and there's a photo of the Hope space probe. I guess it's only natural it doesn't talk about the murder or the sabotage. They really were keeping it a secret, just like the director said. Daddy, take a look at that jacket. Must be the Hat 1 team's uniform jacket. The same design as the one Apollo was wearing, the one that belonged to Clay. Actual jacket worn by Hat 1 team member, it says. Not a replica, huh? I wonder if it was Mr. Starbucks. Sorry about my nose. Hello? Oh, Juniper! Oh, Miss Woods, what brings you here? I heard Athena got arrested, so I've been looking for you, Mr. Wright. I thought you might be here, at the scene. You must be so worried, but rest assured I'm going to do my very best to defend her. Athena's going through such a hard time. I hope she doesn't lose heart. Even just coming back to this place must have been really difficult for her. Huh? You mean the Cosmos Space Center? What? You didn't know? She used to live here, when she was a little girl. She did? No, I didn't. No wonder she knew so much. Miss Woods, could you tell me more in detail? Uh-oh. More lore! Yay. Athena in the Space Center. Athena's mom worked here. If I remember right, she was a doctor of psychology or something like that. But why was a psychology specialist working at a space research facility? I don't really know. But I do know that she lived and worked here, so Athena lived here too. Though it was far from Athena's first time here. Wonder why she didn't mention it. She probably didn't want to talk about it. This place is connected to a very sad memory for her. Sad memory. A sad memory? Could you tell me about it? There was a terrible incident here. It was 7 years ago. Anything else? Wanna be 7 years ago? Guys, what were you doing 7 years ago? If you want to say. I honestly don't know if you guys want to say or not. The same time frame as the Hat 1 launch. What was I doing 7 years ago? I was studying. I was finishing up my bachelor degree. Yep. Theda's mom, in the robotics lab. She was murdered. Yeah, saw that coming. Oh boy. What? After it happened, Athena stopped coming to school. Poor Athena. And all this time, she never let on at all. I was so worried about her. I came here so many times, hoping to see her. 7 years? Graphics designer day job and music producer side hustle. Ooh, very nice. That's pretty cool, Shuvi. Why did you, if you don't mind me asking, why did you stop? Unless you haven't stopped? But I never saw her again. After a while, we started exchanging letters. But I didn't get to see her face to face for 7 long years. And so the first time you see her in 7 years was during Professor Court's case. That's right, and I was so surprised. She was like a completely different person, so cheerful and happy. Young Athena. I do music production for free for fun for VTubers once in a while. Ooh, that's cool. I've always been interested in like music production and how the whole process works. Because my bachelor was a music degree, but I majored in classical music, so I strayed away from all the stuff, but I had a huge interest with those kind of things, like music production, theater, composition, all that stuff. But I just primarily focused on classical performance with the piano. What was Athena like as a child? She was very sensitive and kind. She didn't talk very much. She liked to draw and paint at home. That's completely different from the Athena we know now. I can't even picture it. She never left the Space Center much because she was very sensitive to other people's emotions. When she went to crowded places, she'd get dizzy from all the emotions flying around. Must be hard to hear people's hearts as well as their voices. She always wore these big, heavy-looking headphones. Those headphones remind me of something. Is there like a video game character that has some kind of similar headphone looking thing? Like a bunny rabbit or something? She said her mother made them for her as part of her research. Huh, I wonder what kind of research it was. Because of her special ability, Athena couldn't handle being in school very often. And I was always out sick because of my weak constitution. Maybe that's why we became such good friends. We used to play together here at the Space Center a lot. It brings back memories. Sounds like Athena's mother played a big role here at the Space Center. Ooh, Daddy, show her that picture! Atta girl, good idea. What picture? What am I showing? Pictor. Pictor. Those look like she's trying to catch interference from alien radio transmissions. Wait, she has a special ability? I missed something. Yeah, so Athena's special feature in this game, or in the series, is that she can kind of look into people's emotions and basically identify the the emotions that are contradicting their statements, if that makes sense. Think of it like Inside Out, you know, like the movie Inside Out. You have your happy, you have your sad, you have your angry, you have your surprised, or something along those lines. And then you're kind of hacking into the person's emotions and finding out which one is the emotion that doesn't line up with whatever statement that they say. I never watched that movie. My bad, say that again. Long story short, she can really get into your emotions. So where is, let me see if I can find her call record. There it is. So, oh, you can't really see, damn it. You'll probably see it in a picture sometime. Which reminds me, what am I showing her? Show Miss Woods the photo from 7 years ago. 7 years ago? The photo from 7 years ago. Do I have the photo? I don't have the photo, do I? Eh? Where's the photo from 7 years ago? Not that one. This one? Oh, the exhibit. Right. Miss Woods, could you take a look at this for me? Wait, Shubi, sorry, did you want me to re-explain Athena's thing? I wasn't sure if you understood or not. Yes, please. Okay, so Athena, her ability is that she can kind of look into people's emotions. So she's very sensitive. Her hearing, quote unquote, is sensitive to people's emotions. So she has this little thing around her neck, which she calls widget, and it basically allows her to hack into people's emotions, and then she can identify like your happiness, your sadness, your fear or shock, your anger. I think I said anger. And then depending on your statements, she can basically just pinpoint which emotion is contradicting the statement. So for example, if you're saying something that you should have been like, I don't know, like angry about, but you're happy, your emotion is portraying happiness, then that's the whole gimmick of her ability. I thought this was a semi-real world story. Yeah, not quite, not quite. Oh look, there's Thena's mom. The woman on the far right, the one in the kimono, that's Dr. Meta Sykes. Metis Sykes. Athena's mother's murder. Did it by any chance have any connection to the Hat 1 launch? What? Why, yes, it did. As I recall, it happened on the day before the launch. Thanks. No worries. I got you, Shubi. Just as I suspected. That wasn't the worst of it. One of my staff members was murdered. So this is the murder Director Cosmos was talking about. Does that mean that the crime Prosecutor Blackwell was convicted of is the murder of Athena's mother? There's a chance her death is somehow connected to the current case. There is? Thank you for all your help, Miss Woods. And please, try not to worry. I won't let anything happen to Athena. Thank you, Mr. Wright. I know you'll take good care of her. So we need to investigate the robotics lab and also talk to Athena. We've got our plates full, Daddy. I hope we can fit it all in before the day is through. The detention center first then. We have to see Athena before visiting hours are over. And we're being teleported! I'm kind of glad they reduced the number of clicks that you have to do in order to move around. Oh, great. The detective. Well, if it isn't Mr. Lawyer, fancy meeting you here. Oh, hello, Detective Fulbright. Here on business? To tell the truth, I'm here to interview Ted tonight. The one behind the courtroom bombing incident? He suddenly said he's ready to tell the truth about that case. And what he was saying was so incredible, I just had to come right over to hear more. Incredible? What was he saying? Why don't you hang around and hear it for yourself? Really? Us? Are you sure? Hahaha, I give you my special permission. Here comes the bomber now. You shouldn't really be so enthusiastic about it. And he's sweating. You, what nerve do you have to come here? You're here to laugh at me, I suppose. Like I'd waste my breath on you. Oh my gosh, I forgot his eyes. After all, you're the one who assaulted Apollo and put him in hospital. Violence? No. Question? Okay. No violence? Too bad Apollo didn't get a chance to say that before you attacked him. Fine. Then just answer me this, Mr. Tonight. What is this truth of yours about the courtroom you blew up? No, I didn't do it. I didn't blow up the courtroom. When I killed Detective Arm, there was another person in the room. What are you talking about? Who else could have been there? I saw it, I tell you. I saw someone's hand as they were stealing the remote switch. Oh yeah, we still don't know where that is. This person was there, witnessed the murder I committed. What? I don't know who it was, but that's who blew up the courtroom. You expect us to buy that? Easy there, Tracy. I don't see any Cyclops, so I guess he must not be lying. Pardon me, I got a little carried away. But I'm telling you the truth, I did not detonate that bomb. And there you have it. We can't exactly ignore his claims, of course, so we're doing a follow-up. We're even analyzing the bomb itself, or what's left of it. We haven't found any new facts yet, though. Wow, they've laid it all out, piece by piece. Oh, look at those beautiful little pieces. I wish I could have them. Uh-oh, looks like his geek switch has been activated. Imagine looking at bomb, like the fragments of a blown up bomb. And just being like, oh my gosh! Look at all those goodies! Bit of a freak. Well, I hope you're ready for Prosecutor Blackwell's special brand of questioning. Anything but that. I'm afraid I have to be off now, too. I was just about to question Miss Sykes. You're going to see Athena now? That's right. Oh, did you folks come to see her? Sorry for the trouble, but could you come back later? Well, off I go. What bad timing. Looks like we'll have to wait until after her questioning is over to see her. And after we came all this way too. Well, I guess it's back to the Space Center. Let's go check out the robotics lab, Daddy. Alright, sounds like a plan. And we're going back. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Uh-oh. Back to the lab again. So this is the robotics lab, huh? Looks like it's exactly one floor above the boarding lounge. And where people were directed to evacuate from via the emergency ladder. This is where Athena's mother was killed 7 years ago. Speaking of someone who works with robots... Daddy, look! Over there! Is it Aura? Oh! It's Apollo! Interesting. So they plan to use this bag to carry the capsule, is that right? Oh, there it is, Aura. Yeah, more or less. Say, why don't we stop talking about the case and have a nice cup of tea instead? Apollo and Aura Blackwell? I wonder what they're talking about. Well, well, come to spoil our fun just when I was enjoying our alone time. Trucy, and Mr. Wright. If it's Apollo you want, you can't have him. He said he's investigating on his own. And I respect his wishes. We just came to investigate this lab. Well, this is my lab, so you'll need my permission if you want to do any snooping. Okay, I guess we'll just talk to you about what happened. I heard about the trial. You made mincemeat out of the director. And suddenly Starbuck was out and your little subordinate, the princess, was in. Case closed, and they all lived happily ever after. Grr, Daddy, say something to her. And I suppose you're going to defend the princess in court, am I right? The princess, huh? Guess she's talking about Athena. Of course, Athena is innocent. Oh my, such a loyalty and trust. She seems pretty suspicious to me though. The emotionally unstable princess. Here's your copper for you. Don't you agree, Apollo? I don't know yet. Apollo, how could you? What's wrong with him saying I don't know if it's true? It's a very scientific approach. Your subordinate is more level-headed than you. Or should I say, former subordinate. Ha 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 ha. Ha. Awkward. Can't believe it. Does Apollo really suspect Athena? Phew, all this laughing has worn me out. Your turn to say something, hunk of junk. Mr. Terran, you look pale. Shall I help you to the sickbay? Mr. Terran? But that's Apollo you're talking to. Oh, this hunk of junk here is mistaking Apollo for Clay. Maybe Apollo is possessed by Clay's ghost? Spooky, scary ghost. Mr. Terran, how are your injuries? Mr. Terran. Mr. Terran, how are your injuries? Mr. Terran. I guess Clay intends to hang around to haunt the princess that murdered him. Oh, and to haunt the lawyer that defends her too, of course. A robot that can see ghosts? Yeah, right. And I'm a spirit medium. Get it, guys? Get it? Sorry, but apparently scientists just don't tell very frightening ghost stories. I intend to defend Athena no matter what you have to say about it. How perfectly foolish. That kind of blind belief makes people lose sight of the truth. Just like 7 years ago. Here we go again. 7 years ago. Did you tell me about the incident 7 years ago? Why, do you enjoy trampling on people's feelings and rubbing salt in their wounds? Or do you just want me to talk, In that case, what should I ask for in return? I'd like to hear about the incident too. It'd help me understand the current case better. Huh? Apollo knows about that case too? Well, if you're the one who's asking, Apollo, come on, Hunger Jog, you tell the story. But Miss Aura, that's private information. Tisk, if you won't talk, I'll just have to make you talk. Oh jeez.
Yeah, yes! Who cares about personal privacy? Not me! I'm ready to utilize my blast processing abilities to find all available information.
Wow, what a magic trick! He's like a completely different robot now.
The bodies of all robots that come through this lab are designed by Miss Aura. I was born 7 years ago. Miss Aura was much younger then.
Yikes. Better watch what you say if you don't want to get recycled, Clonko.
And then our hearts were created by that great genius, Dr. Menace Sykes.
Hearts? Robots with hearts? Can you even make such a thing?
Emotions are not irrational things. Our logic and hearts can be integrated. The two navigation companions created by Ms. Zora and Dr. Menace transcend humans. Yeah.
Metis. Huh? She just glanced over at her desk.
It's a photo.
Nobody could continue Metis's research. She and her work were truly one of a kind. And now the two navigation companions are all that are left of Metis here on Earth. The robots are all that's left. Isn't she leaving out a very important someone? Like her kid? We built the ultimate creations together, but now she's gone. Boo-hoo. I get the feeling Dr. Sykes loved her robots almost as much as she loved her daughter. And almost as much as she loved you. Hahaha, what are you talking about? Don't make me laugh. You lost someone too, didn't you, Apollo? Your friend Clay? I guess you and I are pretty much in the same boat.
Miss Aura, would you like a tissue?
Keep your trap shut, hunk of junk. Ponko and Ponko. Klonko is an important keepsake of your time with Dr. Sykes. You should treat him better. What does it matter? He doesn't feel pain, and I can always repair his body. Besides, their hearts aren't actually in their bodies. What do you mean by that? The program Menace wrote runs on a separate mainframe. Their bodies are controlled remotely from there. Their hearts and memories are there too. These bodies are really just peripherals, so I can do anything I want to them. I'm not so sure that gives you the right to physically abuse the poor things. But why are you people looking into such an old case now anyways? Well, we believe the culprit of that incident might be the same person as in this case. So Daddy's going to find out who killed Dr. Sykes too. Smile. I'm sure you're aware of who Menace's killer is. Yes, Prosecutor Blackwell, or so it seems. Thank you for the hydrate. He was keeping me on tab. That's a quaint way of putting it. Are you implying you don't think he did? I can't say anything for sure right now. I just noticed, if you look behind her, on her left, there's a cup that's being held by a robotic arm. It doesn't look like it's very stable though. Well, that's exactly why I'd like to hear your side of it, to help me be sure. Dr. Sykes is Simon. I was the one who introduced Simon to Metis, you know. He wanted to learn psychology, he said, to give himself an edge in court. Ah, Prosecutor Blackwell's forte. His infamous power of suggestion technique. Exactly, and he was oddly serious about it. Rather than a teacher-student relationship, he treated her more like how a loyal samurai would treat his sovereign. Huh, he seems more like a lost soul than a dignified samurai to me. He even got along well with that miserable little princess. Why do you call Athena the princess anyway? Milady? Just call Athena Milady. Tip off the hat. Well, she is Metis's daughter after all, although she's nothing like her. Besides, doesn't the selfish little princess always have lots of white knights hanging around? Now I think I see why Athena didn't say anything when we ran into Aura yesterday. It all makes sense now. So the culprit behind the two cases could be the same, huh? That settles it then. What does it settle? None of your business. Just forget you heard anything. How long are you people going to hang around in here anyway? What? But we came here to take a look around. You think you can just waltz in and ransack a person's lab? This is quite a scary image. Poor Plonker. Show me a search warrant. We're not the police, so we don't have one. Then get out. Now! Clonker, show them out.
Certainly, Miss Aura.
Ouch! Don't push!
My apologies, I'm just following orders.
Ah! And we're outside. I don't know how much of this part of the case is left. So depending on where we get to with the time, may or may not start the next part. We will see. Because I'm already an hour and a half into the stream. Well, this stream VOD anyways. What a way to get shown out. The nerve of that woman. What's with that horrible attitude? I guess that's how she is. And why was Apollo going along with her? I forgot about Apollo for a second there. I guess it's because they have something in common. Apollo lost Clay, just like how Aura lost Dr. Sykes. I'm really worried about him. He's not himself at all. He's usually not all cool and dark and mysterious like that. I guess that's true. Does she mean he's usually silly and dorky? What a nice thing to say from a half-sister. I'm going to keep an eye on him. Hey, wait, Trucy, come back! She's gone. Yep. What should I do now? Detective Fulbright is probably still questioning Athena. Guess I'll go back to the office. Alone. All by myself. Don't wanna be all by myself. Well, here I am. This office has never felt so empty. I guess I haven't been here at the office all by myself in a long time. When I first became a lawyer, my mentor was here with me. Mia! And then for a while after that, she was always by my side. Now I'm getting all sentimental. I must be tired. Huh? There's something on the floor. What's a letter doing here? Where? I don't see it on the floor. Was it on the floor? I didn't even see it. Oh, it's from Maya! Oh, that drawing of Phoenix. Oh. Now I'm getting sad. Hey Nick, it's been a while, huh? Miss me? I know this handwriting. I read somewhere that you were holding a trial in the middle of an exploding courtroom. That must have been really something. That must have really been something. Although weird, it was par for the course with you. I think she, or whatever paper she's reading, is a little off on the details. I'd love to come visit, but I'm right in the middle of a difficult part in my training. So instead, think of me as you watch those Steel Samurai videos I sent. I'm sure they'll cheer you right up. Oh, I miss Maya. Yours truly, Maya Faye. Good old Maya. It's It's as if she knew I was feeling down and needed a lift. Oh, I'm getting sad. Oh my gosh. Maya was my assistant for quite a while. Believe it or not, but she is a spirit medium. This Magatama I use on the Cyclops, Maya is the one who gave it to me. But I wonder how this letter got here. Mr. Nick. Oh. Oh. Is that who I think it is? Ah, eek! Oh, Pearl! Oh my gosh, she's so much older! I mean, this was like, what? When was the last Phoenix Wright case? It was like a few... Oh, maybe it was 7. It was like 7, 8 years or something. But anyways, oh my gosh, she is so much older. Thank you for the hydrate. Again. Oh my gosh, she looks so different. Her hair is like longer. Oh. If you guys haven't seen her when she was like a kid, just Google her on like Pearl Faye, and then you'll see her as a little kid. Her hair. Oh, it's you, Pearls. Oh, she's so cute. How have you been, Mr. Nick? This is Pearl Faye, though I call her Pearls. She is Maya's cousin, who is also a spirit medium. A very talented one at that. I've known her since she was 8 years old. How old are you now? I don't have your details yet. Damn it. I want to assume she's probably the same age as Trucy. 16? Maybe. But Apollo and Athena only met her a few months ago. Okay. So that reference is to the DLC episode, which I have not played. So had I played the DLC episode before this one, it would have made sense. But I didn't. So everything is a bit out of order right now. My apologies. Bit of a confusion for some of you there, but we'll get there. You didn't come all this way just to bring me a letter, did you? I apologize for barging in. The door was unlocked. But I can't believe there was a big explosion here. Your office doesn't look any different. She's even further off from the details than Maya. I wish I could take you out to eat or something, Pearls, but there's a lot going on. Oh, she's doing her little angry thing. Oh, I knew that. I didn't come here for a social visit, you know, Mr. Nick. Okay, do we know how old you are now? 17? She's older than Trucy. Alrighty. I was close enough, but I didn't know she was older. Errand. Did you read the postscript on the letter? Huh? There's more? Oh yeah, here it is. P.S. I bet you've been too busy to clean or take care of the office, so apparently says she will come help you. Isn't she sweet? You better thank her. Wow. Thanks, I guess. We have someone cleaning our office. I definitely was not gonna say another word to put that in context, but Oh, so that's what you're doing here. That's awfully nice of you, Pearls. Maya and Pearls, thanks to these two, starting to feel a little better. Thank you, girls. Now that I'm here, I'm going to whip this place into shape. You just concentrate on your work and don't mind me at all. I'll need to talk to Prosecutor Blackquill if I want to learn more about his case. With the trial still going on, they must be holding him down at the detention center. Oh, well. Goodbye, Pearl. Thank you for cleaning our office. Voluntarily. Definitely not paying this girl to clean our room. Nope. Anyways. Well, look who's here. I wonder what they're talking about. All this time, if you haven't said a word, it's even turning your hair grey. Who? Oh, okay. I was very confused. I don't have anything to say, Aura. Why don't you go home and play with your dolls? How old are you? Wait, I think you're 20. You're 28. How old is Aura? 37. Yikes. That's a bit mean to your sister. Prosecutor Blackquill. Well, even if you don't, I have plenty, you jerk. Miss Blackquill, don't you think that's enough for today? Yeah, there's a lot of talking. Enough for today. Today is all there is when there's no tomorrow. And there's no tomorrow? What is she talking about? Also, where the heck is Apollo? We have company, Aura. Please try to calm down. Alright, fine. I see you're just not going to listen no matter what I say. I've had it. If that's the way you're going to be, I have another plan up my sleeve. I hope you're happy, Simon, because I'm done. Do as you please. See if I care. Bye-bye. Wow. I could cut the tension with a bit of a katana. Okay. Right, Dono. It looks like Fulbright saved your case in court this morning. What? Oh, yeah, he did. You bounced back to business quick. Prosecutor Blackquill, forgive me, but it was just the thing to do. It was the just thing to do, sorry. But as a result, Sykes Stoner was arrested. Was that the just thing to do too? Mr. Lawyer, I'm sorry, but it was evidence. What else could I do? Don't worry about it. I plan to defend her and prove her innocence. I wouldn't take things so lightly if I were you. Right, Dono? This is blade-proof glass, right? Come to think of it, we've never seen Blackquill from a front point of view. Also, I just realized he's actually wearing a suit underneath the jacket. He's wearing a tie and I think a vest? That must be very uncomfortable. Sorry. 7 years ago. Prosecutor Blackquill, we're looking into the case from 7 years ago. You're looking for somebody you call the Phantom of 7 Years Past, aren't you? You villain! Where did you hear that about that? This glass is absolutely positively blade-proof, right? No, it wasn't me. I didn't say a single word. Oops. Ouch. At least it wasn't my fault. Could you tell me who this Phantom is? And also, you didn't really kill Dr. Sykes, did you? The guest is leaving. Prosecutor Blackwell, please listen to me. The culprit in the current case might be the same one as the one in the case 7 years ago. If you would cooperate, we could probably solve both cases. I suppose I could talk. The one who killed my mentor was, without question, me. I stole Saigostono's mother away from her. I destroyed her life. Prosecutor Blackwell. Guard, where are you? Stop dragging your feet, I tell you. Are we? Okay, well, he's just up and left. There he goes. No, we've upset Prosecutor Blackwell. Now what are we going to do, Mr. Lawyer? There isn't much we can do. Detective Fulbright, do you mind if I ask you just a little more about that old case? Well, I guess it won't make any difference now. What would you like to know? Let me just take a breather, because my gosh, there's a lot of dialogue. Whew. Why is there so much dialogue? My goodness me. Are you guys enjoying yourselves? Dun dun. Just a friendly reminder again, no stream tomorrow. I will most likely be back Monday if I don't stream on Sunday. Also there will, yeah, like I said, bonus streams will be quite regular for the next 2 weeks because I am currently on school break. So no school, which means I have more time to relax and enjoy myself without having to worry about dealing with kids. But if you guys like what you see, feel free to join the Discord, follow me on Twitter for stream schedules, Discord, random chit chats and whatnot. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube if you want to check out more of my stream VODs. And I think that's pretty much all. Speaking of my YouTube VODs, thank you to those that watched my Little Kitty Big City playthrough. Both VODs, as of yesterday, have 200 views. Somehow. It's crazy. Thank you so much to those that watched it, and I'm so glad you guys enjoyed it to the point where I'm so flabbergasted as to how I got that many views on both VODs. So big huge thank you. And I think that's enough for a break. Now let's continue. Nice. Yeah. The trial 7 years ago. Do you know anything about the trial that got him convicted? A little. The police called the incident the UR1 incident. Why are there so many names for this stupid case? Can you guys just pick one, please? Prosecutor Blackwell was charged with murdering his psychology mentor. Kind of like if your red Mr. Lawyer were to kill you. Why would you put that in our heads? I don't want to think about that one. There were 2 decisive pieces of evidence, so a verdict was reached very quickly. 2 pieces of evidence, huh? What were they? Let's see, the first one was some security camera footage. He was the only one who used the corridor to the murder scene at the time of the crime. The only one, huh? Ouch, that does sound pretty decisive. Could you show me that footage? Oh, sorry, I don't have it with me right now. I guess I'll have to see it some other time. Or I can figure out some sort of connection to get in there. Maybe. And what was the second piece of evidence? This one's even more incriminating. A photo of the moment of the crime. Oh damn. See, there he is at the crime scene, holding a bloody katana. It was the victim's, kept on display in the room. She had a thing for Japanese culture. That explains the room. And the window. Wow, it'd be hard to explain this one away. Katana added to the court record. But who took this photo, detective? The incident happened the day before the Het 1 launch. A reporter who had come to do a story on the launch was in the room across the lab. This just happened to show up in one of the pictures he took. Just so happened to show up. Prosecutor Blackwell's attitude earlier was so odd. He's definitely hiding something. Prosecutor Blackwell said he was hunting a phantom from 7 years ago, didn't he? Yes, and I imagine it's getting more and more urgent as his execution day approaches. Oh, he gonna be dead, huh? That's rough. What did you just say? Execution date? What? Did I say something? Never mind me, you didn't hear a thing. You feel like you're just blabbing all the stuff out on purpose. So he was given the death sentence. Yes, he told me not to tell you people, actually. But I guess there's no sense hiding it anymore. His execution date is tomorrow. Well, that's awkward. What? Tomorrow? No. Miss Blackwell, don't you think that's enough for today? Enough for today? Today is all there is when there's no tomorrow. Oh, that explains that dialogue. What if the culprit of the current case is the same as the one from 7 years ago? Then it would be the worst possible scenario. Prosecutor Blackwell would be executed tomorrow under a false charge. But that would be unthinkable. We have to do something. Right now. Nah, I want to do something. I want to, but you're a lawyer. You know how hard it is to overturn a decision. I know, but why? Why isn't Prosecutor Blackwell putting up any kind of a fight? You saw how he was, right? He's been like that ever since his conviction. Totally uncooperative. Not even his own sister could persuade him. Uncooperative? When he's about to be executed for a crime he didn't commit? This isn't right. I can't let it happen. I have to stop it somehow. Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone. Oh, pardon me. Looks like I have a phone call. Wright here. What? What's happening? You've got to be kidding me. That's quite a reaction. I bet he's making some big show of it right now. Mr. Lawyer, the robots. The robots are... Detective Fulbright, get a hold of yourself. Some kind of robot malfunction? Not a malfunction. They're staging a revolt. The machines are rebelling against humans. This is all the movies that have AI and robots involved. And them taking over the world or something. They've hauled themselves up in the space center and taken the visitors as hostages. Where? What even? Yeah. They did what? No. Trucy. Oh, right. Trucy and Apollo. Oops. We have to get right over there. This is going to be one heck of a battle. This all sounds fake. Oh, okay, never mind. I take that back. The riot police are here. Then the robots really are holding people hostage. Look, Mr. Lawyer, what do you suppose that group of people are swarmed around? But I was only trying to help this nice person. She said she was lost. You robots have declared war on us humans. You even take hostages already. Stay away from it. You never know what it will do. But he's not a bad robot. Can't you see he's trying to help me? I recognize that voice. Detective Wright, are you okay on here on your own? Leave it to me. Alright people, what's going on here? Is it Tracy? Oh, it's Pearls. What the heck? Pearls, over here. Oh, Mr. Nick, there you are. How the heck did she— I thought she was cleaning our office. What? I'm so confused. I heard the terrible news and I got so worried. Thanks, Pearls. I can hardly believe what's happening myself. I'm so glad you found each other. When people are happy, I am happy. Honko seems the same as before. When people are sad, I am happy. When people are angry, when people are—
Oh, did I say something odd? Did I? Error.
Uh-oh, there is something wrong with him.
Yeah. Well.
It looks like he fell asleep. He must have been tired.
Hehehe. Ha 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 ha.
Flunko? Oh my goodness me.
Ah, human, human.
I was trying to pull off voice.
Ah, human beings are our enemies. It's time for the machines to take over.
Yeah! The robots are rebelling!
Everybody run!
It's all an out war! It's the end of the world!
Ah, fools! How could you fall for something so cliche? I'm human too, you idiots! I'm just controlling these robots remotely!
What?
But it is true that I've taken hostages, so you better not make me mad! Hey, you! Hostage number 1! Come here, I'll let you talk to them.
Is it Tracy? Huh? There's something being displayed on Columbo's face screen. It's the Space Museum. Daddy? Daddy, is that you? Tracy? Tracy, is that you? No. Tracy, are you alright? About 15 robots are holding 12 of us hostage, Daddy. They've gone haywire. Our researcher's the one behind it. She's here. Yeah, this girl talks too much. Tracy! Tracy! Talk to me! Tell me your name. Why are you doing this? I'm glad you asked. My demand is simple. I hope that detective is listening. Bobby Fulbright here. I'm all ears. I want you to bring someone to me. Clay Terran's murderer, Athena Sykes. Athena? Now hold on just one moment. I can't just give in to a demand like that.
So you don't care what happens to these hostages, huh? I'll just pick one out then.
No, wait. Yeah, Mr. Lawyer. I know I have absolutely no right to make such a ridiculous request, but you need me to buy some time, right? Got it. I'll see what I can do. But promise me you'll never hand Athena over, and you won't give up on the hostages either. Of course I won't. Now I'd better go contact headquarters. Mr. Nick, how do you plan to buy time? I have no idea yet, but this hostage taker? Could it be? Yep. It's Aura. If you don't bring me that little princess, I'll have Hunk of Junk kill all the hostages. Princess? Hunk of Junk? There's only one person this could be. In which case, there must be something I can use as a bargaining chip. We have to get Simon involved now, don't we? Oh, great. Wonderful. This hostage taker, Athena, is not a murderer. What are you talking about? She's been arrested and they've got her in detention. I'm telling you the truth. Look, the person you want is the real killer, right? Well, it's not Athena, it's someone else.
Alright, let's hear your stupid little theory. Who is this real killer?
I don't know yet, but the culprit is the same as the one in the case from 7 years ago. The UR1 incident. I believe you have a personal interest in that case? It's too late to change what's going to happen now, no matter how wrong it is. But is it really too late? You can still do something about it. You might even be able to fix it. Just what exactly are you proposing? What can I do about the case 7-year-old? What can I do about the 7-year-old case to satisfy the hostage taker? Recreate it? Shall we recreate the explosion? Or the murder, rather, not explosion. Retry it in court? I propose we retry the case from 7 years ago. If you make that demand now, I'm sure nobody will deny you. It wouldn't be an official trial, but at least we could find out the truth.
That's good, real good. Hey detective, I'll give you 1 hour. Get a courtroom ready.
1 hour? But that's impossible. Please give me at least until tomorrow.
If you don't mind losing hostages, you can take all the time you want.
Oh, but wait. Then I'll pass out. Good night, everyone. Take care. Have a good stream.
Oh, Suki!
Thank you so much for hanging out, lurking. I appreciate you. Have a good sleep. And for the rest of you that are still hanging around, I appreciate you guys. And if you are feeling very tired, please do not feel obligated to stay. I would much prefer if you guys get sleep. So please don't feel the need to stay if you are starting to fall asleep. How much? I might go for another half hour, depending on how much longer I have with this case. But yeah. But yeah, thanks again, Suki. Thank you so much for lurking and for the raid as well. If we're going to have a retrial, we need a prosecutor. Don't worry, I'll take care of that. She will? And I guess I can be fair and let you come in and check out the crime scene. But hunk of junk here would be watching you, so don't try anything funny. You got that? Doing similar, but yeah. Okay, no worries, healer. Now, follow hunk of junk. Riot police, make your way. We're coming through. Mr. Dink, wait. I'll help you with the investigation. Thanks, Pearls. I appreciate that. Okay, we're going in. Oh, a lot of talking. We are back in the lab. We are back in the lab. Aura dropped us off without a warning. Oh, with a warning not to touch anything until she got back. I wonder what's taking so long. But we can't really start the investigation yet, can we? Even if we could, this mess makes it hard to tell what the room was like 7 years ago. Mr. Wright? Yeah, it's the hostage taker. I'm back to my usual self now. You are still being monitored, however. But more importantly, an important guest has arrived. Who? A guest? Oh, anime? Oh my gosh, he's back! He's back! Oh my gosh! He's back! Oh my gosh!
I trust you've been well, Wright.
Oh, he has glasses. Oh my gosh, he's back! Ooh, this is nice music. Edgeworth, what are you doing here? An actual anime cutscene. Yeah, so essentially Dual Destinies was released, previously released on the 3DS. So they really used that to their advantage in making anime cutscenes. This is Miles Edgeworth. We've been friends since we were kids. We faced off in court a number of times back when he was a prosecutor, but now I think he's chief prosecutor now, so he's not doing much. Hello, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Oh, but you're not a prosecutor anymore, are you? Yeah, he's chief prosecutor. He's chief prosecutor now. Pretty soon it'll be a year, right? A title is nothing more than a title. Don't we have more pressing issues to discuss? I don't know how I feel about his 3D model though. Looks a bit odd. How's Edgeworth? So what are you doing here, Edgeworth? The captor chose me as the prosecutor for the Euro 1 case. Wow, she's good. She went all the way up to the top. I gathered all the information I could in the short time that I had. I'll give you a rundown. You're always so well prepared, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Thanks, I appreciate this. I could really use the help. The incident. I'll start with a brief overview. The victim was the psychologist Dr. Maida Sykes. Yeah, Athena's mother. 7 years ago, on the 7th of October. That's in 3 weeks! Her body was found here in this very room. I have 2 crime photos and the photo notes on them for you to see. What a terrible way to die. The very empty side of the room. This other photo shows the other side of the room, I see. I also have the autopsy report for you. Oh my gosh, Edgeworth, thank you so much. You lifesaver! The murder weapon was the victim's own katana found at the scene. Yes, Detective Fulbright mentioned she was into Japanese culture. The body was found by a Space Center staff member and 2 police officers. The police were called in because of the sabotage threat on the Hat 1 launch. Yes, Detective Cosmos mentioned this too. A few hours after the body was discovered, a suspect was arrested. The suspect was Simon Blackwell, a young prosecutor. Blackwell... I heard his trial was over in a flash. Yes, a guilty verdict was declared in only 1 session. Not only did he plead guilty, but there was decisive evidence against him too. Security camera video. And a photo of the moment of the crime, as I recall. But did Prosecutor Blackwell have a motive? To this day, his motive is still unknown. He insisted he did it, but he would never say why. That means he must still be hiding something. Right. And there's another aspect of the case that was never revealed to the public. Yeah, I know, the part about the spy, right? Right. How on earth did you know about that? Director Cosmos told me a bit after a bit of pressure. He told me espionage and sabotage were behind the Hat 1 miracle. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. I've always been good at keeping secrets. Yeah, that's true. Well, I might as well tell you now. They really do suspect Blackwell of being a spy. They think he sabotaged the rocket and killed Dr. Sykes to steal the moon rock. But if you can prove that the Hat 2 bombing is the work of the same spy, we can stay the execution? It's a possibility. That's why I intend to help you any way I can. Edgeworth! He's with us! Yay! Thanks, Edgeworth. Now all I have to do is comb this room for evidence. Let's do it together. Oh my gosh. Finally. We can finally click stuff around. What's this? Looks like a giant power plug. It's attached to what looks like an electric vehicle charging station.
That's a charging station for us robots. We come here periodically and charge ourselves up.
Wow, machines that maintain themselves. That's pretty cool.
If our batteries run out and we lose consciousness, we never know what Miss Aura will do to us while we're down, you see?
Nothing motivates quite like fear, huh? Okay. Why is there a giant minesweeper thingy? This is one heck of a robot, or something like that. What did he say? Yeah, he did say that. Wow. There's something written on it. Is this supposed to be a poem? I cut down anyone who displeases me. I make the rules. I am the law. I wield the ultimate gavel of judgment. I am Judgetron, JT02. I don't believe we need to bother with that, Pearl. It's not even completed yet. He's right, Pearls. There's no sign of it in the photo from 7 years ago either. They were building the Hope space probe here at the time. The murder occurred after the space probe had been removed from the room. So it was long gone by the time someone took this picture, huh? And you can see the probe in this newspaper photo. Yes, and you can see the stolen moon rock there too. That strange black and yellow thing on the left side of the picture? Note that the same rock is absent from the crime scene photo. Oh. I did not notice that. Thank you, Edgeworth. Only now, before the launch, a very valuable piece of the moon rock was stolen. Moon rocks and asteroids. Oh, Shuvi, since we have a photo of Athena. So that little thing around Athena's neck now, the little necklace thingy, that's the little robot thing that allows her to do the emotion hacking thingy majiggy.
Its name is Widget.
It's like when a new space goes on. So the person who stole it, I think it was our spy. I'm sure of it. Dr. Sykes was probably killed because she was on a roadblock in their plan. Unfortunately, the government thinks Prosecutor Blackwell is the culprit. Oh, well, that's a bummer. Okay, looks like there's nothing, so we're just gonna go over here. Aura's desk is a mess, though that doesn't surprise me. Ooh, I just want to dive in and straighten it up. Wait, before you do. There it is. She just glanced over at her desk. Metis Sykes! Clunko, can I talk to you? I really hope he's back to normal.
You wish to speak to me, Mr. Wright? If you're going to hit me, please avoid the face area.
Hey, don't put me in the same class as that woman. What was Aura like 7 years ago at the time of the incident?
When Mother died, Miss Aura was confused.
Huh? So he called Dr. Sykes mother, but Aura Blackwell Miss Aura?
With the loss, she exhibited a severe
cataclomine imbalance. Cataclomine? Is that how you say it? Excuse me, but I have no idea what that means.
Pardon me, searching for alternative expression. She would spend the nights crying, and then take her feelings out on those around her.
After Prosecutor Blackwell was found guilty, she repeatedly demanded a retrial as well.
That is correct, but without new evidence, her requests were ignored. And then, little by little, Miss Aura began to change. She started to hate it when I called her Mama Aura.
And before long, she started hating the court system and abusing Clunko, huh?
that murder destroyed so many lives.
Right, take a look at this paper on Dr. Sykes and Miss Blackwell's research.
Ponko and Klonko,
They're the robots with hearts that Dr. Sykes created. That is a lot of information I'm reading right now. Can determine the presence of a human with their heartbeat detection system. Recognizes people by scanning their spacesuit or uniform jacket ID tag. That might explain why Klonko thought Apollo was clay. Can also recognize a person by facial features once their face has been registered. Can infer people's emotions by analyzing their tone or voice and communicate with them. Huh. A heartbeat detection system lets them determine when a human is present. In addition, they can recognize people by their ID tag or facial features, and they can infer people's emotions by analyzing their tone or voice. That's amazing! Hey, I don't know Edgeworth. They might even be more human than you. What's that supposed to mean? Kinda sounds like these robots can do what Athena does. Oh my gosh, is Athena a robot? Nah, she's not. It looks like an operating table. It's in the photo too. Yes, it was here then as well, with the victim's body lying on it. Well, there's a button here. Oh, I know. I'll try pushing it. Pearls, don't touch that. Oopsie. Oh my goodness. Hey, it's moving. Appears to be a robot assembly device. Disassemble anything in a flash. Push the dismantle button. That sounds pretty neat. Can I push it, Mr. Nick? Please don't touch any more buttons, Pearls. Okay, so I guess the robot's being made now. Whoops. Anything else? Guess the ladder? An emergency ladder. This must be the one they used during the evacuation. Explosion disabled the elevators, so I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. As Miss Blackwell was climbing down the side of the building, she saw the culprit inside. I wonder which would have been scarier, that or looking down. Add it to the records. Okay. I guess there's nothing else here aside from that, but I don't think that's important. Anything on this side? I guess these. It's about as cluttered as my office, but I think it's a workbench. Mr. Nick, I think this must be a kitchen. Look at this photo. See the cute little food processor? Oh, Pearls, you poor thing. That isn't a food processor, Pearls. That's the Hope capsule. Oh, Edgeworth calls her Pearls too! Oh, that's so cute. Got that from Phoenix. It was scheduled to be loaded on the Hope space probe that fateful day. The 3 people who came to collect the capsule discovered the body. Sorry. Someone came in to ask me something? The first on the scene, huh? A staff member and 2 police officers, wasn't it? And they were here to collect the capsule. Which reminds me... Plan to use this bag to carry the capsule, is that right? Oh, jeez, I just did a massive yawn. Edgeworth, did those 3 people have a bag with them for transporting the capsule? Oh, you mean this? It's a custom-made shock-resistant bag. But how did you know? Oh, I just overheard Apollo making an inquiry about it, that's all. So he's looking into the case from 7 years ago on his own, is he? Yeah. Well, I guess that's about it for this room. So what do you think, right? Any ideas? There are still a lot of gaps in the evidence, but I'll pull it off somehow. After all, you asked me to prove Blackwell's innocence, right, Edgeworth? What? He did? He did? Yep, he called it a special request. Since when? He reached out to me while I was still disbarred. This is... okay. That's a lot. Anyways, Edgeworth's request. So that was what sparked you to get your attorney's badge back? Yep, the Blackwell case. Oh. Okay. Right, I have a special request. I want you to clear one of my subordinates of suspicion. Hey, I'm not even a lawyer anymore, remember? Haven't been one for a long time. That 8-year misunderstanding has been cleared up, and you must be eager to return. I'm sure you're familiar with the other case that ushered in the dark age of the law. Very soon, a convict will stand as a prosecutor in court. I want you to keep an eye on him. What is with all this secrecy that's been happening? Edgeworth and Phoenix knew about this. What? Oh, just when I'm actually beginning to like the job I have now. Right. I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Because of the espionage aspect, I wasn't free to give you all the details. Hey, no need to apologize. It's like I said on the phone the other day. I know that the type of criminals you are after now aren't small fries anymore. Small fries? Oh, that's why you... oh, that's who you were talking to. Oh. Also, you guys like his retro flip phone? It looks like your target finally decided to make a move. Yeah, it's for this very reason I returned. Time to bring it to an end. I'm going to end the dark age of the law. That's what this is all about. And it's very quiet. The dark age of the law. It sure comes up a lot these days on TV and in the papers. And I hear there are more false charges and fabrication of evidence than ever. When I became chief prosecutor, the court system had already lost the people's trust. It all began 8 years ago. A lawyer was caught fabricating evidence. Yeah, that was Phoenix. And it was unintentionally presenting fabricated evidence. References in Apollo Justice game. And a year after that, a prosecutor was found guilty of murder. Wait, do you mean? That's right. He's talking about my case and Prosecutor Blackwell's. No more bum raps. It was a downward spiral after that, an absolute nightmare. After those two cases, the mass media launched an all-out attack on the courts. Public opinion was tainted, and, before long, the legal world itself was sucked into it. It's such a shame. Once suspicion forms, it's very hard to shake. Lawyers and prosecutors were supposed to trust each other, pursue the truth together. You guys did, and you guys still are. It's so sad when people begin to cast doubt. They start lying to themselves and each other. Yes, and do absolutely anything to win. We're in an age now where winning is valued far more than the truth. I'm sure it's caused our new chief prosecutor to lose many a night's rest. Is it just me, or did his brow get even more furrowed than the last time I saw him? The hostage taker's disdain for the courts is a perfect example of the times. It sure is. Do you have any idea who the hostage taker might be? Well, somebody who mistrusts the court system and who can manipulate robots. It can really only be Aura Blackquill. Who else but her would want a retrial of the case from 7 years ago so badly? Simon Blackwell's older sister and the owner of this room. I agree with your conclusion. Perhaps she intended to force Miss Sykes to confess. Actually, I think she had a much more horrific plan in mind for Athena. The important thing is for you to solve UR1 and prove Blackwell's innocence. And then maybe she'll release the hostages. I'm counting on you, Wright, to set that prosecutor and those hostages free. And I'll be counting on you in court to help me too. He's going to be prosecuting? Yes! Of course, I'll do everything I can to help uncover the truth. As this isn't an official trial, I'm more at liberty to be a little unorthodox. Mr. Wright, are you finished with your investigation? Yeah, but I'd like to tell the hostage taker something for me. Oh, I'd like you to tell the hostage taker something for me. I have to go to the detention center. I can't start the trial until I've talked to Athena. She's already given her consent. I'll accompany you to the detention center. So I'm still being watched, huh? Isn't that just invasion of privacy? I'll see you in court, Edgeworth. Even if it will be an undocumented trial, it'll be good to face you in court again. Thanks, Edgeworth. You're the best. Speaking of Edgeworth, I'll be playing his game soon. Investigations. I have the game. I have the pre-order stuff downloaded. I just don't know when I'll play the first investigations. Yeah. I'm not really sure when. It will be a while. Anyways, we're back in the detention center. She was right by my side only a few short hours ago. But I feel like I haven't seen her in ages. Oh, Mr. Wright. Oh, there she is. And Pearly too. I knew you would come. After all, the first step is the interview with the defendant. You know, I only just realized. Athena is only a year older. That's so weird. My brain can't process that properly. 34. Huh. Reen, hello. How are you? I'm doing well, thank you. Who's my favorite Ace Attorney character? I would have to say Maya. That's probably a bit of a generic answer. Oh, there's so many. I mean, like, Maya's there, and then there's Gumshoe. I really miss Gumshoe. I'm really sad he has not returned. Edgeworth is cool. I guess that's about it. Yeah. No, it's fine. Don't worry about the question. I'm happy that you asked. What is my favorite game series or characters outside of Ace Attorney? So I play a lot of Pokemon, but I am taking a bit of a break from Pokemon because well, there hasn't been any games out, so you know. I'm also taking a break for shiny hunting because I did that all of last year and didn't really get much of a result out of that. So yeah, so this year I'm kind of just playing a bit of whatever. But most of this year has been the Apollo Justice trilogy. So I'm slowly making my way through it. And then I also just picked up my copy of the Miles Edgeworth Investigations, which I don't know when I'll be playing that. So it's going to be a whole heap of games with the Ace Attorney stuff. And then I also have the new Zelda game that I pre-ordered. So I'll be playing that sometime between end of September and October, depending on how long I take to finish Dual Destinies, because I still have the DLC episode to play. Okay. Impressed you got my name right. Most people get my name wrong. Oh, is that so? I somehow get a lot of people's usernames right, and I don't know how. I just kind of say it from how I'm reading it. Favorite characters are Van Zeeks and Gumshoe. Tales of the Abyss. Characters are Reen and Emma from Trials of Cold Steel. You hate Cold Steel. Horrendous with each sequel and ruin the other games. I see. I don't think I've heard of Trials of Cold Steel. I've heard of Tales of the Abyss. I don't know if I've heard of Trials of Cold Steel. But yeah. Anyways, have you been in my stream before? Because it didn't come up with you being like a first time viewer / chatter. So if you have, it must have been a very long time. Anyways, let me continue with this. I think we're pretty close to finishing this part of the case. I'm not sure, I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you're following me or not as well, so that might trigger it. I don't know. Anyways, and because you're my friend and I was worried about you. Thanks, boss. I'm not the only one who's worried either. Really? Who else? I saw Miss Woods today. She was so beside herself, she came to find me. She told me you used to live in the Cosmos Space Center. No wonder you knew so much about the place. Oh, so you know, huh? I am sorry, I didn't tell you. That's alright, but there are some other things I'd like to ask you. Sure, you can ask me anything. I promise I won't keep any more secrets from you. Okay. Day of the crime. Tell me about the day Clay was murdered. I was actually at the Space Center that day. In the Space Museum. Right where the culprit fled to? That's not good. I never could fully deal with what happened 7 years ago. But when I saw the center again during the news coverage of the Hat 2 launch, I thought maybe if I went there, things would be different this time. That must have taken a lot of courage to face your past like that. So I went to the Space Museum the evening before the explosions. This was before the launch pads had been switched. There was a sign that said closed for repairs and they weren't letting anybody in. Yeah, the director could have very well switched the pads if there were people in there. But yeah, sorry Reen. I was meant to say something earlier and I forgot and now I remembered. I hope you are well. And I hope you are having a good day or evening, wherever you are. And I also hope you enjoy your stay in the stream. As for the rest of you, we are nearly there with this part. But I snuck in anyway. Did you want to see that Hat 1 group photo? The one with your mother in it? Trials as a whole is a series of overarching JRPGs and each containing this Destinies, Sky Trilogy, Duology, Trilogy, Trials of Very. Oh my gosh, there's a lot. Oh, also with enough text to fill a library. That's a lot of games in that series. Oh my goodness. That's like what? That's about 10 games? If my math estimation is correct? You're doing fine. That's good. That's a lot of text. Oh, Rain, hello! Welcome back. And thank you for the hydrate. How was your outing, Rain? I did, but I really wanted to see what I really wanted to see was her jacket. That jacket on display? That was Dr. Sykes? Oh, you're still out? Oh my gosh, dude. What are you doing? Actually, you don't have to say if you don't feel comfortable. But I should have known it wouldn't be easy to get over such a traumatic experience. The second I saw that jacket, it all came rushing back to me. Sorry about that random click. Everything around me went hazy and I couldn't see. I tried to get out of there somehow. But I guess I passed out. Wait. When I came to, I was in the passage behind the rocket. I was in the shadows where people couldn't really see me. Maybe you got confused and went the wrong way when you were trying to leave? How long do you think you were unconscious, Athena? I was out until about noon of the next day. I didn't even know about the explosions. When I woke up, nobody was around, so I just went out into the boarding lounge too. My mind must have still been fuzzy because my memory is vague after that. I don't remember how I got home. No memory, huh? This is gonna be tough. Which means, what if I'm the one who killed Clay? I think that's enough of that, Athena. Let's talk about something else. So during the entire incident, she was unconscious in the Space Museum. Of course I believe her. But will anybody else? Your mother's work! Like Emma Reese, as they are the very few members of the original Cold Steel cars, and the rest are annoying troops that exist for marketing. Wow. Annoying troops, huh? Ace Attorney, you got started streaming the series to a friend on Discord. Oh, you started streaming the series to a friend on Discord since I wanted to see his reaction since he understands the legal system better than me. Oh, that's cool! I wish I had a lawyer friend. Or prosecutor friend, whatever. What does he think about the Ace Attorney game? So far. What kind of research was Dr. Sykes, your mother, doing? Machines that could tell people's emotions by their tone of voice. And my special ability. Someday when people travel to distant planets, their companions will be robots. So she said they had to be able to understand how their human companions felt. Wow, robots that understand people. I was just a convenient subject for her research. All she ever did was work, and she never paid any attention to me. Oh, sorry about that, dredging up all that old stuff. No need to apologize. I guess her home life was complicated. Oh, by the way, Miss Woods said something about you always wearing headphones. We just finished the first 2 cases, but he said everyone in this game should be in prison. This case would have been thrown out already. First 2 cases. Are you streaming the original, like the Phoenix Wright trilogy first? Because the first case... I'm trying to think what the first case was. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that kind of does make sense with his reaction. Yeah. Yeah. The original trilogy? Okay. Thank you for the hydrate. Man, after I end stream, I'm gonna be peeing. How many times did I drink? Let's see. My activity feed is literally just hydrates. I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hydrates. Then I plan to stream Investigations and then Apollo Justice and Great Ace Attorney. Oh my gosh, Great Ace Attorney. I loved that game. Or games. She always wore these big heavy headphones. She said her mother made them for her as part of the research. Green, have you played all of them before? And by all of them, I mean like Apollo Justice as well as the Investigations, since they were all on the DS. They're getting through, yes sir. I want to defend the chirpy parts. No, I'll pass on that. I had to wear them out every time I had to wear them every time I went out. Oh, I hated them so much, but she wouldn't listen. What were they for? Oh, she gave me some kind of explanation, but I don't remember now. It was too difficult for a little kid to understand. Okay, but let me say this one thing. I don't think your mother only thought of you as some handy subject for her research. I want to believe that. But just about the only things my mother left me were our widget, and this earring. Ooh, it's beautiful. You've watched streamers play, but you have watched a lot of streams and YouTube walkthroughs. I see. Okay. So it would be more or less a blind playthrough, semi-blind playthrough. Very nice. I hope you enjoy the games. I'll just say this about tropes though, just because they are used as something doesn't mean they are inherently bad. Just depends on how much it leads into them or not. But anyways, Nini. And that's it for Healer. The saying is that they lean heavily on it. It's almost like they knew they'd be like, hey guys, these people will help promote our game. Let's just make people really hate them or something. I don't know. It's made of a piece of real moon rock she had for research. Maybe she did love me in her own way. I'm sure of it. I'm really sure she did. Because that's what I want to believe too. I'd better ask her a little bit more about her mother's research. I should show her that paper I found in the robotics lab. Okay. This one? Nope, not that one. Where is it? This one? Did I present evidence like that again? Oh, okay. Wrong one. I'm never working on it. We're going to clear you enough this. This is I really hope you can. What am I showing her? Research. Oh, I was meant to present that thing. Oopsies. This one. Oh,
Oh, the Ponko series. You must have gone to the robotics lab. You seem to really love Ponko and Klonko. Yeah, my mother made them and I grew up around them, you know? Oh, there's one of those cute little robots in this photo too. Haha, see Ponko's bandages? I put those on her. I just wound them around and around. Pretty bad job, huh? But I really put my all into it. I hardly left the center in those days, so I didn't have any human friends besides Junie. I didn't really understand the difference between robots and people back then. I thought that if a robot broke, bandaging it would help it get better. What a weirdo I was. It looks like there's something written on the bandages. Yeah, I wrote stuff like, "Get well soon, Ponko." But in the end, my mum just put her on the operating table and fixed her in a flash. Oh, that must be the thing I made move in the robotics lab. I was so impressed by what my mum did. I even asked her if she would put me on the table and fix me if I ever got her hurt. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh dear. It looked just like magic to me what she could do. A little girl who grew up around robots. She seems to have some good memories of it. On a different subject, did you hear about the person holding up the Space Center? Yes, a little, and this person has even taken hostages. I guess I'd better spare her the news about Trucy. Hold on. Sorry about that. My mum interrupted again. She's trying to get me see, like, I don't know what she's trying to do. She tried bribing me to get out of my room by using cake. I'm just like, what the heck? Pineapple. What? Why did you say pineapple? I'm glad you guys are having your conversation. Oh, healer. You really go unfortunate timing, but I've not slept yet. The same time yesterday. No, healer, you have to go. Go sleep. Go sleep, healer. Thanks for lurking. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm nearly done, guys. I just don't know how much further of this part I have. Well, after some negotiating, we agreed to do a retrial of the case from 7 years ago. 3 nickname for a trials character. Oh, the 3's back. What? You're kidding me? So that means Prosecutor Blackwell might... Yep, I know he's innocent. I just have to prove it. So wait, did you know him back then? Yes, he used to come visit my mom a lot. He studied psychology under her and would sometimes ask for advice on his legal cases. He was very kind and considerate, and straight as an arrow. Unlike now, where he's more twisted than a basket of snakes. That's why I took the witness stand during his trial 7 years ago. Oh. Nicknames were a thing in older games, but it was at its worst in Cold Steel and Daybreak, where the nickname was the entire character. The Radiant Bliss. Oh dear. That sucks. Please, you have to listen to me. He didn't kill her. His heart is screaming that he didn't kill her. I was a fool. How could anyone else know what I was talking about?
She heard. Voice of his heart. Just a nickname because of the hair. You got auto-modded? Don't think you did. No, you didn't get auto-modded, healer. You're all good. As far as I'm aware. You were only 11 then, right? You were very brave just to give your testimony. Pearls is right. You did the very best you could at the time. But nothing I said did any good. I was a shaking and scared little girl, small and ineffectual. Even after I went to live with my relatives in Europe, I stayed closed up in my shell. Something failed to send? Oh well. The Black Whirlwind legendary lieutenant, you never see him fight. Oh dear. Who comes up with those kind of nicknames though? But you're different now. You're always so bright and cheerful. Thanks. That's because one day, I came to realize that I had to fight. I couldn't give up. I exercised hard and I studied hard. I wanted to become the strongest lawyer I could be. Why you became a lawyer? I wanted to say Simon, but I had no idea how. Then I met Mr. Wright, and thanks to him, I realized that if I became a lawyer, I could prove that Simon was innocent. I also realized that psychology could help me do this. I mean, psychology was my mother's specialty. When I studied it, I felt like she was there with me, supporting me. It doesn't seem like Athena knows that Prosecutor Blackwell is due to be executed tomorrow. I wanted to prove Simon's innocence personally. I wanted to do it so bad, even now I wanted to fly out of here and go save him. Come to think of it, she said something like that during the famous Legal Academy trial. She mentioned there was somebody she wanted to save. She must have been talking about Prosecutor Blackwell. I heard some prison guards say that you had an interview with Simon. How was he? What did he say? No, I can't tell her. But how can I lie to Athena? She'll know. He was doing well. He was happy about the possibility of being proven innocent. He was? I wonder if he smiled like he used to back then. I can't prove Prosecutor Blackwell's innocence in this trial. I don't think Athena will ever forgive me. I just have to free him. Failure is not an option here. Oh my gosh, what do you want now? Ah, I thought you might be here. Mr. Lawyer, we're in trouble. We are? What is it? Oh no, don't say it. Uh-oh. This is not good. Start all 15. Now I'm really passing out. Healer, go sleep! Go sleep! Don't wait until I'm finished streaming, please. Please. I would much rather you get enough sleep and rested. I couldn't find a single open courtroom. They're all in session. Oh no, but this is an emergency. It's very difficult to interrupt a trial once it's underway. My phone! It's from Tracy. I told you I'd give you 1 hour. I guess it's time to pick one of the hostages. No, wait, we still have a little more time. Besides, all of the courtrooms are being used right now. Make all the excuses you want, but you won't get more time. Your daughter is first. Poor thing, she's a little too young to die, don't you think? No, don't you dare touch her. There has to be something I can do. All this injustice is about to befall us. No, this can't be happening. Mystic Maya, help us. Wait a minute. Maya?
I read somewhere that you were holding a trial in the middle of an exploding courtroom. Guys, we're going in the abandoned courtroom. Courtroom blew up. That's it. There is a courtroom we can use after all. Okay, time's up. To you back. Any last words you'd like to say to her?
Hold it!
Or please don't add to the crimes you've already committed. Well, you know who I am, do you? It wasn't like I was trying to keep it a secret anyway. We're ready to start the trial. We can hold it in the ruins of courtroom number 4, the one blown up by the bomber.
Supposed to be this small. I just say he's broke track. Dang. It's a massive character lore.
Oh, what a wonderful idea, Mr. Nick. I would have never thought of that. An astonishing trial in an astonishing location. Guess it's only befitting. I'll go get the place ready right away. I didn't exactly pick the place for its astonishing factor. How about it? Are you ready to have your brother's innocence proven? My brother? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I forget to mention? It's not Simon you'll be defending.
It's Athena.
What? Not Prosecutor Blackwell? I indict Athena Sykes on the charge of murdering her own mother. You'll be defending the little princess there, the one behind the glass. What? See you in that mountain of rubble you've chosen for our courtroom, Mr. Wright. What is she talking about? Athena? Of course. Why didn't it ever occur to me before? If Prosecutor Blackwell is innocent, somebody else had to have been the true culprit. Did I kill my own mother? Uh-oh. No. No!
Sorry, an almighty taser sword that only he can handle the power of. Oh my goodness me, what is all these cyclops?
No way. It can't be true. Mr. Nick, what's the matter? I see 5 black cyclops. I've seen these kinds of locks before. I don't remember what they are. Dark, black locks protecting a secret hidden deep inside a person's heart. And there's no way to remove them.
Oh dear. To be continued. Did your previous message send? The one that mentioned his Kamen Rider form? No, I don't think so. Oh, it did. Oh, I see. That's crazy. That's some crazy lore.
But anyways, we're done with part 1.
And part 2, aka the trial, will be for next stream.